Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm World Dragon and this is our continuation on All Quiet in the Trenches. We are back at camp after a couple of pretty much back-to-back trench phases. We did have a small gap in the middle. We did get to come back to camp for a couple of turns, not quite days, it's a couple of weeks I suppose, in between. After all this time here, sometimes you suddenly realize you have actually improved. What did we get? Was trained in shooting, okay. Yes, we are now back in camp. We are likely to end up back at trenches pretty quickly. The whole Verdun story is going on in the background. Now Fleckner needs treating for lice. Let's go and see what else people want. Resupply came in. That's fantastic. What else? Our unit is tasked with guard duty. What else? Oh, suddenly realize you've learned something. Oh, he has also become attentive. Very, very nice. That is everything. Right, so then Fleckner, get him treated for lice. Elias Fleckner, you like the guy. And then guard duty. Got a grazed leg. Oh, the hospital is pretty full as well. That's not great. Let's send you and you both hate each other. Dana to de-louse you, I suppose. Patterson and Spitbauer can do that, and Ackerman can continue to rest his grazed leg. Hit next turn. Oh, story straight away. Some soldiers had gone off to have a good time in the village tavern when Spitbauer came up to me indignantly. The moral decay in this troop is unbearable, he said. Sodomy, alcoholism, and depraved activities. He looked horribly disgusted. If I may say so, Herr Unteroffizier, even between man and man there is... He could not say it. Are you the vice squad? I asked Spitbauer. Spitbauer was irritated for a moment, but then he just kept talking. This will result in the degeneration of the country, I'm telling you. I nodded. When Spitbauer saw this, he felt validated and thus probably also reassured. But he was far from satisfied. What do you intend to do? He asked me defiantly. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to do nothing. That's all I said, and Spitbauer grumbled something about not enough for taking his leave of me. Spitbauer is also very unhappy, I remember from the end of the last episode. He's here's our trip to the pub. Fleckner's now in pain. Dana, what did you do to him during his delousing? And he still has lice. Upset removed. Tide removed. Good weather has been added on 3 camps. We have low supply. Oh, hospital's down to partially occupied though. We lost a little bit of supplies. Shock and horror. And yeah, we're looking okay. Ackerman is well rested, which is great considering the fact of his he has a graze. The French desperately defend their fortress in Verdun. The harder the struggle, the sweeter the victory. But until then, we won't get any reinforcements here. No reinforcement means that we will soon rotate back into the front trench. See that people are ready when the time comes. Your group is assigned a spot at the delousing station. Hallelujah. Flacky, you definitely need to go. Relevant attributes. A grazed leg is a relevant attribute. Interesting. Spitbauer can go to the pub. The rest of you can be deloused. Spitbauer can go to the pub on his own, and he can to having his own go at his depraved activities, and basically to get rid of Shaken, and potentially get him, make it so he feels like he belongs. Although he's going to belong on his own, but never mind. For days now, Spitbauer had been sitting next to his comrades every evening without a word, with a vacant stare. He neither discussed with them, nor did he partake in the usual evening entertainment, such as playing cards. The tasks assigned to him were also carried out in a dull and listless manner. I spoke to him about it. He is very patriotic. In an undisturbed moment, I sat down next to him and addressed him. Is everything all right with you, Spitbauer? He looked up at me from his empty eyes, then he replied, I'm fine. It all just seems so pointless. You are defending your homeland, soldier. Even if we only contribute a small part, every man is important. He looked at me, taken aback, before saying, You are right, Herr Unteroffizier, but none of the things we do here seem very heroic to me. I nodded. That may be, but it still has to be done. He straightened his shoulders. Yes, I suppose that's true. We sat together in silence for a few more moments. Then Spitbauer got up and wished me a good night. In the following days, he seemed a little less withdrawn. Maybe my words had helped him a bit. Or maybe it had just been a matter of time. I'd like to think I helped him a bit. Hey, Lotz is back. Madame Laura hates me. Pedersen is now in pain from being deloused. Again, how rough is the delousing process? Spitbauer now belongs. He is no longer disappointed. So that should be a nice boost, yep, to his morale. He's gone up like a bar and a half. Well rested, excellent physical condition. Longer has a grazed leg, longer has a grazed torso, longer has lice. But for some reason, Pedersen is in pain. Like, what happened to him, seriously? Been discharged from the field hospital and ready for duty again. He is a bit shaken. I'm not going to get him treated for lice because apparently it's extremely painful. I deloused Fleckner and he developed pain. I just sent Pedersen to the delousing station and he developed pain. Supplies are running low again. They say there have been crop failures, potato blight, or maybe it's the naval blockade, maybe something else. Hard to say. It doesn't look good. Yikes. You have 5 turns worth of food. Unfortunately, my poacher is no longer around. So there's a bit of a shame. The latrine is filled to the brim. At least the weather is on our side. Sometimes it's the little things that keep you going. He is grateful. Right. So guard duty. Spitbauer and the Lots. How they get along, I do not know. Dana, sorry. Brought it to my attention, you get given it. Pedersen and Fleckner need to rest because they need to get rid of that pain. Well, it got removed from Fleckner, so that's 1 at least. We didn't get it removed from Pedersen, however. We've gone to 4 turns worth of rations, Dana is nauseated, and Lotz has lost a bit of his physical condition. Somebody wants to talk. Have your people ready? It's back to the trenches. Here is your allocation. I'm afraid this is all we have this time. Supply situation is difficult. Ammunition is scarce, so make sure every shot counts. I got nothing. I got given absolutely nothing. That's gotta be a bug. I get the point of getting less. You know, for instance, last time we didn't seem to get any bandages or grenades. And we already had full ammunition, so it was like, okay. But we didn't get any ammunition, any grenades, or any bandages. And is that dog tags I see there? Anyway, getting distracted. But, so yeah, it's interesting. Interesting indeed. Wow, absolutely nothing going on. Just a sunny day in the trenches. Let's go and get some rations. It should get me hopefully up to like 7 or so turns worth of rations. Nauseated and shaken removed. Oh, 6. It's okay. Gets me to halfway. That'll do me for now. I probably should have had a look last turn. Let's have a quick look at trenches. Set up barbed wire. Set up machine gun nest. I hate this map. I often get attacked on this map, and it's where my whole squad gets destroyed. I hate this map. Come on, Carsbrook. Do you want to play a little trick on the French? You ask me at the beginning of every French phase, and the answer is still no. It will always be no. I'm going to set up some barbed wire. I'm going to cut barbed wire and make barbed wire. Second run lots. Set up barbed wire, Smith Bauer, and Ackerman. We'll set up some more... Not that I really see what barbed wire does here, because they walk in through this trench. Unless it kind of just stops them coming down here. But, I mean... Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's a psychological effect. Not too sure. Blackner. McBauer was injured trying to carry out your orders. He broke his arm. We're getting a lot of broken bones recently. Like, I'm starting to think my guys are using it as an excuse to simply not be in the trenches. We need more space here for all of the men, ammunition, and supplies we do not have. I am starting to think that people are using broken bones as an excuse to simply not be here. We have skirmish. Oh, the French have been. French snuck into our trenches last night. They didn't hurt anybody, but instead they stole our food. Managed to corner one of them, but the rest got away with laden arms and backpacks. What are we to do with the prisoner? Ooh, a bit of free prestige. What have we got? Need somebody to deliver a message. Ah, well, unfortunately, my runner. He's got a broken arm, though, right? He can still be my runner. He can run messages back and forth for me. He's still useful. He's swift. He'll have to do. And a couple more turns worth of rations. Back to camp in 9 turns. 3 turns worth of rations. 6 turns worth of rations. 8 turns. So we're doing pretty good. I've lost some ammunition though. We're gonna have to get that. Unit officer, we just had a little shootout. I don't know who started it, but both sides seem eager to shoot at each other. French have been busier than usual lately. I have a bad feeling about this. Penetrating gunshot wound to the arm for Ackerman. Was wounded in the process. Not bad, I can go on. Artillery, mortars, and nightly commando operations by the French have left holes in our barbed wire. So, you. The 2 guys can rest. Do you know what? Let's get you to get some ammunition. Fill up that, plug that part for me. Are the French coming? Severe cough added to Pedersen. He got a bit more ammunition. That's good. And another communication trench has collapsed. Right, so hang on. Pedersen. Send to field hospital. I do not want you here with pain and a severe cough. That is... It's not good. Not good at all. Get you 3 digging that communication trench. I'd almost be tempted to send back Ackerman as well, but I don't know. Going down to 3 soldiers is a bit risky. A little bit risky. I mean, they get a nice bit of rest in, but yeah, they pretty much never recover whilst in the field hospital. And if our trench phase gets extended, I feel then that's, then 3 soldiers for an extended trench phase. Because, like I said, I feel like they never recover and come back. Not that I've seen. Could be wrong. Sure, but Oh, heavy artillery shelling. French have been busier than usual lately. They can continue to be busier than usual for all I care. So ammunition's going down. We are under heavy artillery fire. We're probably about to get a few little bits of the trench destroyed. And so let's get ready for that French attack. An extra has fallen in the middle of our trench. The debris is now blocking the way. Yep, there you go. Blocking the way completely. We're still holed up in our bunkers. We need to still fetch some ammunition. We're doing okay. Artillery has stopped. We're running low on ammunition. I had a good conversation with Dana. He's a good man. I'm glad to have him with us. Oh, he's made another friend, I'm guessing. Lot now has a skin rash. That is the first stage towards getting lice, I think. We need more space here. Right. So you two can dig bunkers. Fetch ammunition. And I'm afraid you're going to have to fetch some ration. Alright, so a switch more ammunition. One more turn worth of food. Will we make it? Will we not? I have lice more than he now has lice. Yes, well, we can't, unfortunately, help with that whilst in the trenches. I just need someone to deliver a message to headquarters. Send me your quickest man. That's pretty good. A nice single-person task. Let's fetch some ammunition. Down on lot. Let's go fetch some ammunition. Replenish that. Hopefully back up to max. Oh, up to 3 out of 4. That'll do for now. It's no longer sunny. And we only have 2 turns worth of rations. Now the question is, do we get sent back next turn or not? Another communications trench has collapsed. Bad times. Ackerman, I am going to need you to go fetch us at least another turn's worth of rations, please. You can put us up to 3 with potentially going back to camp. Pack your things. Nice. So even though we've had the threat of Verdun and extra trench time thrown at us like 4 times in a row now, or was that 3? 3 times? We have not had an extended trench phase. Diet added, change to standard rations for 5 turns, change to good physical condition. What have we got? Take stock so I finally actually know what I have. Next shipment, it'll be a few more weeks. Right. Oh, and he wants nothing. Absolutely nothing, I tell you. Lots. Treated for lice. Does anybody like lots? Sure, Ackerman, we'll try and get you. Current workload, offer assistance, accept, leave. Like my people to actually get better. It's gonna really hurt you, is all I can say. Dana had received an unusual letter via the Red Cross, sent by the mayor of Mulhouse. My puzzlement must have been evident when I handed him the letter, because as our eyes met, he sighed and muttered. It's a long story. Only if you want to share it. I offered. I would hardly force him to tell me. Dana hesitated for a few moments, but then began to speak. The short version, my brother-in-law, the husband of my second youngest sister, is a Prussian civil servant in the town of Milhausen in Upper Alsace. Mulhouse in standard German. Or rather, he was, until the French repeatedly occupied the town at the beginning of the war and interned him and many of the other civil servants. Dana reported, trying hard to sound matter-of-fact. They also took the mayor with them, and he is now using the privilege of his position to ensure that his employees can keep their relatives informed. Dana explained, holding up the paper in his hand. The letter is from my brother-in-law, not the mayor. How are your sister and brother-in-law? I asked cautiously. Dana took the question in stride, and that alone already eased some of my worries. Aside from the circumstances, they are fine. My sister and her little daughter are safe with my parents. I feel sorry for my little niece, who is now growing up without her father. But unfortunately, that's the case for many children at the moment. After a short pause, he straightened his posture and continued with unexpected indifference. My brother-in-law reports that French are now treating him well. I am not particularly close to him, but I guess he has a stronger memory of me since I helped my sister escape from Mulhouse. You were there in Mulhouse? I asked cautiously. Curiously. My trial by fire, Dana confirmed. The war had just begun. We marched south from Zabern and had not yet taken a position when the French entered Mulhouse without a fight. We caught up with them shortly afterwards, and the battle for Mulhouse was decided within a day, in our favor. But the town and the surrounding villages still suffered. I had only been there twice before the war, but it was depressing to see my fellow countrymen and this town I knew in such circumstances. Almost as if he had forgotten, he hastily added, and my family, my sister, my brother-in-law, and their little daughter, not even a year old, were still in the town and had to endure all that. My sister fled with a child to my parents before the French marched in again a week later. My brother-in-law wanted and had to stay, and was then detained during the second occupation. I see, I confirmed, nodding briefly, my curiosity satisfied. Dana returned my nod as a greeting and then turned his attention to the paper in his hand. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to read the letter now. I said a quick goodbye and set about distributing the rest of the letters. Okay, so we have a lot of good and bad feelings being removed. Nurse Elizabeth is now trusting of me. Good result. The hospital, as you can see, went all the way down to low occupation. Lice removed from lots. He still has a skin rash. So I may try and get him treated for that. Patterson is no longer in pain. He just has a severe cough. Good news added for Dana. I was curious as to whether that would go good or bad. Oh, whoops. The wound is healing well. I think I'm fit for duty. Good. That's good to hear. Don't get too comfortable. As long as the French do not surrender Verdun, it's going to mean front trench, and more front trench for us. I'm getting really sick of this damn mud. Oh, you poor man. You are ordered to expand the rear trenches. That's pretty much all we've got. So let's get some people onto that. That would be the two of you plus... We'll send Ackerman this turn. To the trenches in 4 turns. Underofficer. Ackerman beckoned me over to him cheerfully. In front of him lay a partially unpacked parcel that he had received from his loved ones back home. Among the various small items was a large piece of ham. Everyone loves sending a large piece of ham. So as for usual, Ackerman, you're fairly sociable. Your comrades would surely appreciate a peace, and he is now more sociable. Oh, Smithbauer now has a skin rash, whilst in the field hospital where life should be decreasing. Don't like this happening. Ackerman is less tired of war, because I can't do anything about it. I suppose I can attempt to treat him for lice. I could. That will help a smidge. But he shouldn't be developing lice in this level of field hospital. Yet that's what I'm pretty sure a skin rash is the first step towards. These villagers are suspect. Right, so I can treat Smithbauer, and that's quite easy. Go ahead and do that. He's got enough problems. We'll treat you for lice. Louse Smithbauer. Now, does anybody even like Smithbauer? Yeah, lots. Hilarious. Patrol the village. And Dana. Yeah, I guess Ackerman can rest. What else have we got? Hard work day in and day out. That's exhausting, of course. But once you found your rhythm, there's something to be said for the monotony. Meditative, in a way. Makes everything a bit easier. What have we got? Workhorse. Heavy and monotonous work wears everyone down. Some people, however, are less affected than others, provided that their rations are sufficient. Requires standard rations or greater. Less exhaustion from hard work. Nice. That's a very, very useful one to get. Oh, he's now a big eater. Fleckner. Latrine is filled to the brim. We are short of firewood. Wow, really? You're gonna go and double dip and do me like that? Not even cold. I mean, it's almost Christmas, but it's not even cold. The delay will have consequences as it is exhausting. I'm gonna have to just not delouse Smithbauer then. Rude. Oh. Bought me a lot of supplies. I'll take that. I didn't see my food thing go up, mind you, but I'll take that. Yeah, I feel like I've actually been done out of some food then. Christmas! We hit 1917. And, I mean, guys, seriously now. Guys, right. Oh, Ackerman now has a bruised leg. That's not going to help. We have some bad weather. Oh, standard ration of 7 turns. Now it seems to have calculated. Cold snap, well rested, severe cough removed. Although we swapped Pedersen for Ackerman, so he's now back out with no problems. Ackerman is in with a penetrating gunshot wound to the leg and to the arm and a bruised leg. Ackerman bandages have to be changed regularly. Clean bandages are important to prevent complications, but these days I'm often unable to take care of that in a timely manner. I can extract one of the men in the process so they can take care over this task. Both aid Ackerman's recovery and relieve the field hospital a bit. What else do we need to do? Resupply came in. Okay. 10 turns worth of food. I've been discharged from the field hospital. I'm ready for duty again. Let's get rid of all those. One of our patrols were scheduled to return yesterday, but there's still no sign of them. Now, last time I went out to find a missing patrol, they shot one of me boys. To say I'm hoping that's not going to be happening again. Let's hit double rations. 10 to 4. Ration. You've got good eyes. And you've got good eyes. Change Ackerman's bandages. Let's send the medic. And then, if we come into here, let's attempt to delouse Smithbauer. And this time, let's actually get it done. He doesn't like Smithbauer. But he's the one that's going to be doing it, I'm afraid. That's it next turn. Look, delouse him. You don't have to talk to him. Don't look at him in the eye. Lotz has a gash on the arm. I'm going to guess that's probably from the patrol. Ackerman healed up beautifully. Lotz no longer has a skin rash. Oh, something else I think got healed. Smithbauer just has a skin rash. Grief removed from Smithbauer. He's over his grief. Nauseated removed. Grateful added. Hospiter now has 0 occupancy. Fantastic. Go to the trenches next turn. I've been discharged. I have noticed, which is fantastic. We found the missing patrol. One of them got hurt and the other wasn't able to carry him all this distance. Together we managed to get him to the field hospital. Okay. Lotz, you don't want to tell me how you gashed your arm? Okay. Hospital partially occupied, added. Okay. The officers are dissatisfied with me. Well, that sounds like a you problem. We have prisoners of war in camp. We may get back to high prestige at some point soon. Who only knows? Right. Let's not accidentally hit next turn. Let's assign this first. Pedersen and Dana. Come back to our field hospital. Smithbauer, who is I don't know, between him and the guy next to him. Both definitely got something going on there. Get treated for lies. If we can't get rid of that... that skin rash problem. And I'm going to come down and give single rations. Standard. Wow. So we went from 10 turns of single to 4 turns of double when we switched that way. And then we've gone from 3 turns of double to only 4 turns of single. Now, I'm sorry. Those numbers seem a little bit nonsensical to me, if you're asking personally. That seems... I don't know. I'm feeling that's a wee bit iffy, if I'm perfectly honest. That's, yeah, sure. We'll go for that. Spitbauer has lost his skin rash, so he should be out of hospital. Here he is. Discharged from the field hospital. Fantastic. Spitbauer and Ackerman are now friends. Well rested, relieved, and belonging have added. Standard rations for 3 turns. And it's back to the trenches. We go. Have your people ready. It's back to the trenches. Here is your allocation. I'm afraid this is still all we have. Hey, we got some ammunition this time. And so with that, of course, we are going to end the episode there. We will, of course, be hitting go to the trenches to make sure the game saves. And that's just to say that until next time, thank you once again all for joining me for this episode of All Quiet in the Trenches. And until the next episode, I hope you all can stay safe, happy, and healthy.